Hey, morning, 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 morning. How's everybody doing? It is Sunday, the 19th of July. We got 2 weeks to go, guys. 2 weeks to go. How's the next 2 weeks going to shake out? That's what we're looking at. All right. Who's who wants to finish strong and who wants to go out limping? All right. We're going to see about that. Um, So going through a lot of stocks today. I'm a staple fanatic. I have been. They popped up there the other day now on Friday, and they kind of fell apart. They're already fighting back. They're already fighting back. So I still think they're shuffling around these sectors like crazy, right? It's like dealing cards over here. But so what I got to dial it down a little bit, and I talk about the weekly, I talk about the dailies, but I got to outspread that and say, okay, where are we at in the months? All right, so and the one thing about the staples right now is we do have a lot of stocks that are still inside month. Okay, so I mean, she's hanging in there pretty good, I gotta say. All right, even on what was this on Friday? Even with the knockout, the thing fought back a little bit. It did finish down about 0.8%. So nothing too crazy, but we're gonna look at the bigger picture. So I will. I'm not going to go through any staples today. Okay, I'm just going to talk about them a little bit, and I just talked about what I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of stocks that are inside there. Ralph Lauren's inside. Sam Adams is inside there. Hershey's inside. Clorox is inside. All the beer stocks are stuck, except for Tap. Tap's a little bit better. Budweiser's stuck inside. Estee Lauder, Mondelez. All right, so there's a good handful of them that are still inside on the month. So that sector is not going to get better until we start getting some twos one way or the other. Okay? So, as Rob would say, where's the next two? So, that all being said, we got today. We got an exciting day. We got the golf on already here this morning. Cameron Young up there. Scotty Scheffler not far behind. Seven. What about 5 back on Sunday? All right. This guy he hasn't been able to pull anything out. He's kind of been gagging a little bit. So we'll see how the golf finishes today. What I still call the British Open. I don't know what they call it now. I think they call it the Open or something. But we old school guys, we still call it the British Open. All right, so we got some golf on this morning. We got it on right now, actually. So getting a little action, watching some of that. And then we got the big day today, and I'm hoping that the smoke doesn't bring too much heat onto New York today when we got Argentina going up against Spain. I'm taking Spain. I'm taking Spain all day. Messi, number one guy ever, going for his retirement. I mean, it's a great story if it comes out, right? It's a great story. So we'll see about that. All right, we do have that going on today. So good sports today. Hanker down, you know what I mean? Get some guacamole and watch some soccer today. Watch some golf, all right? Enjoy the family, all right? That's the most important thing in the world. Okay? It really is. All right? And be kind. All right? Be kind, especially your family. All right? But so on that note, we're going to move on here. All right? So healthcare, still the number one group on the month right now. And healthcare is holding up solid, about 6% now on the month. But we got a lot of stocks that kind of fell apart. And these are everything I'm going to show you is things that happened yesterday. Okay. Now we know that we got 10 days left. All right. So I'm going to go through some names, and then I think I'll pick up when I'm laying down here. All right. So we got a lot of stocks that kind of pulled back on us a little bit here. All right. So MTD comes down with the shoot. I'm just going to go on days here, okay? Because I'm talking about yesterday's day. So MTD coming down here. So taking some profits, still holding up very strong. Okay, not cracking anything by any stretch. All right. Um, and XL, I think in healthcare, I got one stock that's inside month. I think it's Pfizer. I mean, I went through a lot. There could be more. I could have missed a couple. All right. But MTD coming back down. You see some profit taken there. You see Stryker down $11.33, taking some profits. All right. I see Thermo down $10, coming back down with the two down, taking some profits. All right. Months and weeks and even quarters are still hanging in there pretty handily. Okay. So Amgen was a nice day down there. WST was a nice inside shooter day down. Okay, GE Healthcare. All right, you see that was down pretty good. DXCM, that's an insider, not much there. All right, the bios down 293 here, 2.93, $2.93 down on Friday. All right, so you get where I'm coming from. Merck was a little lower, down 13 cents. All right, but it did kind of crap that out here, coming from the highs of the month. All right, so it created red again. All right, so that's where now healthcare has been really strong. Are they going to take these next 2 weeks to take an advantage to try to button this thing up by the end of the month here and finish it with the strong screw possibly? Okay, all right. So stocks that were fighting back yesterday. Okay, so the way I see it is, market. It's just like your money at home. You're you're paying Peter to, you're Peter and Paul. You know the story. All right. So what do we got here? We had a couple of stocks that are trying to join the party on the upside, and I'm going to go through some of those names here. So our best name yesterday on your healthcare was Travelers. Just a beauty of a day on Travelers. All right, that's a beautiful up day. Button everything up on the month and all the high time on your month and on your week. All right, very strong, very strong. All right, that one, Travelers. All right, Humana kind of crapped out a little bit here now on the month. She's giving up a lot. And you got an outsider for the week. So that's a wild card. And you're going to come inside here and you're going to be trapped a little bit here. Okay. And we got a 3-1 cooking there on a day. All right. So these guys, they were moving up. There was buyers. There was buyers in Lilly on Friday. All right. Couldn't get outside today, but there was buyers there in Lilly. It was up $10. Okay. I know it's not that much in the big scam of things. United Healthcare. United Healthcare was a downer, so still down on there, but it was still up $2.71. All right. There's another one with an actionable inside. I kind of like that one. Maybe that thing can turn around. All right. We like ones that are coming down while they're coming back down. We'll see, from where it's coming from. And now, are you going to come back in and start to get back up again? We'll see on that one. CNC was up $2.50, coming back up. All right. These are all. Notice all the ones that I'm talking about. A lot of them are red. So they're taking profits from Thermo and Stryker and TMO and Amgen and STB and GE. They're taking those profits, and it looks like they could potentially be putting some of this money back into this area right here. So CNC has a nice day there. And then I'm saying, coming in on tomorrow, we're going to be seeing what healthcare stocks are going to be moving and what's happening. Okay. So you got that. Abbott got to $100. All right. I mean, this looks great. Tons of room to go here, man. Pivot Machine Gun on the weekly. Come on, man. All right. So kind of stalled out yesterday. She was up $1.85. All right. LH, another one. LabCorp trying to get back up again. Kind of fell off a little bit at the end of the day. All right. So LH, we'll see about that one. But another one that was up $1.42. Listen, there's not a whole head steam coming here of a ton of stocks that are green. They're not. Okay. And everything is holding up well in the months. So that's why the group is being still the number one group. All right. So these ones that I just mentioned, Travelers. Here, I got my list. Lilly, Johnny John. Did I mention Johnny John? Johnny John is another one that's been just kind of crappy. All right. Looks like it definitely needs something. All right. Shooter back down. Had a decent day. Kind of puked it out again. So watch Johnny John. She should get better, but right now she's got some troubles there. All right. United Healthcare. We talked about that one. CNC, Abbott, Larry Harry, and Dog George X-Ray. I think those ones were moving up good on Friday, and now we'll see if they can follow through and see if they want to continue to push that while they got all the other stocks like Merck and Medtronics that are doing well. You know, they're actually starting to come down now. All right, so we'll see if healthcare wants to finish the month strong. Okay, so our next stock that is number two that is up almost 4% on the month, you know, and something that shouldn't be, but it is, and you know I can smell it. All right, energy. All right, energy for sure. All right, so we look at energy, we got a different animal altogether here now. All right, because you know they had pulled back, the crude had pulled back so much, you know, and we can pull that up and take a look at here CL on your crude, right? It made that move to the downside, okay, and then they got the pop, and then this was where we thought they would break, right? They would looked like they had come back up. We would look for that break to the downside, you know, um, peace, and then all of a sudden everything changed again, and the narrative completely changes, and now we're and we're kind of doing not much here. All right, so watch out for energy. This thing could heat up again really quickly. All right, so energy. We'll see. We're going to go through some of the stocks that were up pretty good. I got to say, crude's holding up pretty good right now. All right, and energy has gotten back quickly. All right, so let's pull up XLE. Right, so XLE still holding up well on the quarter, still holding up on the month, 2 up on the week. We look like energy wants to go higher. All right, now I got to say, on Friday, everything was moving to the upside. Maybe some, maybe small, but I'm telling you, I'm going to go through some names right here. All right. So Apache up 94 cents, not too bad. All right, moving up higher right now, 35.38. All right. So energy looks like energy wants to get back up, if you know what I mean, when you're looking at the monthlies here, if this thing really starts to get weird. All right. So it's 2 on Apache. All right. BP. All right. Coming back down a little bit here on the 4-hour right now, but that's a nice day upper. All right. BP holding up. All right. ConocoPhillips. All right. Holding up. Finished with a red day, but still, it was an up day. It looked like it was a little bit of a gapper up day on ConocoPhillips. Chevron. Definitely gapper up and trying to close near the highs. It's still red, but Chevron. Now, I'm not a fan of chasing these energies right now. I'm not. Just because there's just too much vol in here right now. So, but I mean, it's the number two group in the month. All right, and I can smell that inflation. All right, so what else we got in there? Enphase up 49 cents, not too crazy on this one. All right, and then we had Fang. Fang Energy had a nice day to the upside there, up $5.41, up 2.85%. All right, EOG had a nice day up, kind of came back a little bit here in the end, kind of jerked around here at the end of the day. But EOG was a nice day up. All right, kind of fell down a little bit, coming back down. All right, some of your drillers. So we can look at OIH. All right, OIH is that's like the ETF for all the drilling companies. All right, so Precision Drilling, Halliburton, Schlumberger, HP, Kinder Morgan. There's a whole host of them. You can find them, especially on Thinkorswim. I mean, it's got really good for digging in and finding stocks that you can't find anywhere else. All right, OIH here kind of coming back down on the week here, right? As we see, the week kind of surrendered here, all right, in the last few days and in the pop. So look for a move coming out of this tomorrow. We'll see. All right, we'll see. I think that this war business is going to go on and on and on and on. There'll be good years and bad years. All right, OIH. We'll see there. All right, on OIH. So that again, those are tied into Halliburton. All right, and Halliburton's been flat, not doing anything there. All right, Marathon Petroleum up $6.75 with a nice gapper to the upside. Okay, all right, Marathon. What do we got here? Occidental Petroleum up $1.20 here. Nice day up on the two up there on Oxy. All right, so looking like the month, looking like a lot of room to go on these monthlies. Okay, they got knocked down pretty good through all this nonsense that we just went through, and now here we are back in the same situation again. Okay, and there's good reasons for why they have to do what they have to do. Okay, I understand. I understand. All right. So I'm just looking at it from the perspective of when energy goes up, we pay more. It's as much as that. All right. Oxy, Precision Drilling here, Precision Drilling PDS. That's a nice 212 back up here on Precision Drilling. So this is another driller still holding up good on the time frames and looking like they maybe want to start adding some more to them. Okay, that's really where it's at. Phillips 66 here, up $5.54. There you go. 207.14 now. All right, so nice move up on that one. So a group that is already in second place for the month, up 3.87% with 2 weeks to go. Can we get this thing to 5%? All right, because right now we're looking at it right now at 3.87. Um, Friday there was buyers everywhere. All right, there was buyers everywhere on Friday. To what level? Exxon was up. Exxon kind of crapped out at the end of the day, but it still finished was up 1.41%, $1.40. All right, up 0.97. WTI, which is your offshore crude here. Look at they're popping back up here on the 2 hour as we speak here. So we're getting crude starting to move, Babby. Maybe just a little bit more. All right, Williams Brothers. This one is and Williams Brothers. You got me stumped on this one. All right, but I gotta know what it is. It's killing me. WMB. I think it's a driller. Operates an energy infrastructure, primarily in the United States, transmission, power, and golf service, marketing service, power and golf. Okay, so infrastructure for energy. Okay, so Williams Brothers, that was down on the day here. All right, coming back down on Williams Brothers. Valero's already been moved here. All right, Valero's beast. All right. I would look for continuation to the upside if these keep going. Valero is pretty good. You're going to run into some exhaustion risk at some point there. TRGP up $2.64. So, like I said, energy standing right now on the month at 3.87%. We got 2 weeks to go into the month. Can we push these things up to 5% and get some of these stocks moving? All right. We got to be careful about the ones we want to pick too. All right. And that's just the way this has been lately. All right. So, energy, you see what I see. Okay. Um, continuation to the upside. Okay. Now we look at, we come into financials. So this one's kind of, I don't know, little gamey here on the energies, the banks. All right, I have seen. Let's take the first one. We'll take a look at XLF. All right, financials for the month here still holding up 3.53%. But I had a lot of sellers on Friday. I gotta say, I had a lot of selling on Friday. All right, so we'll see a couple names here. Goldman Sachs down $30. BlackRock down $15. MSCI Barra goes outside on the day here. Just what's the day here? Coming back down. MCO coming back down. MasterCard, Visa coming down, taking some profits. American Express taking some profits. They're still strong though. Okay, this is a little bit of weakness here. All right, Robinhood giving it up. As you can see, it's giving up the month. It's giving up the week. All right, AMP, AMP, Ameriprise coming back down. All right, Capital One Financial, kind of still hanging in there pretty good. All right, but there was some selling, okay, in the financials, and out of the top three, I mean, like I said, healthcare up 6% and change, energy 3.8, and then financials are 3.53, and then real estate's really hanging in there. I gotta say, real estate. I think they're gonna start taking some profits in the real estate. But I don't know. Maybe they just keep going. Um, so a lot of selling pressure here today. I mean, yesterday on Friday. I'm sorry. All right. So we'll see what that starts to bring out. But more importantly, what stocks were moving to the upside? It was Chubb. Chubb had a day up. Okay. Chubb moving the upside. Insurance. Allstate. Allstate had a nice day up. Smelling that inflation. Hig. Hig. 142.05 it got up to. All right, still holding up well on the month and the week, as you can see. Okay, still holding up pretty well. AIG, American Insurance Group. All the insurers were higher. Okay, Progressive. There's another one. All right, Progressive kind of fall apart, coming back down a little bit, but we'll see with that one. Aflac had a nice day up. Kind of fell apart here at the end of the day. All right. Coming back down from the highs. Still had a nice day up on Aflac. All right. Up 1.38%. All right. Aflac Pru beige, coming back down right now. All right. So out of the top three, if I was saying one that's wobbling more than any other, is financials right now. All right. And but again, you're gonna have to pour it on here to start tearing these months apart and stuff like that, right? Let's take a look at that Goldman Sachs again, right? See how she's starting to shoot her down. She's starting to shoot her back. You found some exhaustion risk there, my friends, and it has been sent back packing. All right. So, and then we'll get a couple of the banks. Bank America, all right, stout and not coming down here It doesn't seem like anytime soon. Bank America has been really, really well. It's enjoying its time in the in the spotlight. That's for damn sure. Wells Fargo, WFC. That one was coming back down on the day here now with the outsider stuck in the middle here on indecision, but month still holding up pretty darn good. So they could turn around and get these things and get them right back up again easy. Um, but we did have some selling pressures on Friday, and we'll see what Monday brings because that's what's important. Because we only know, um, we only know what we know in the day. Okay, I mean we can look at the charts and say, okay, it's going to go here, it's going to go there, but we got to be in real time watching it. All right, so Wells Fargo, Citibank trying to fight back here and made down. They were able to sell this thing all the way down. They did get some back, but stuck in the middle with you with the down on the week now and the insider on the month. Okay, and I'm with that PayPal. I think I talked about that one on Friday. I'm looking for the pivot to triangle back out and see if we can triangle out this whole little move here to the upside. All right. You could get a 2-1-2 and get continuation to the upside. You do have good stuff going on here right now. The month is up pretty stout. Uh, you're going to have to get to 60-16 at this point now. All right. So it's a little bit of a haul. But we'll see about that. Had a really, really good week, right? Because you got the 3 day, you got Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday was the gap, right? So Monday went up, and then she went inside for the day, and boom, popped back up on the gapper day. All right, so I think she pulls back a little bit, but we'll see about that one. All right, so financials, you see what I'm doing. Are we going to, is healthcare going to turn things around on some of these groups that showed their heads up on Friday? Okay, Lilly, Johnny, UNH, CNC, ABT, LH, and DH. Those right there. Are they going to take a day up? All right. Are they going to take? Are they going to start taking day up and start complementing what's already be doing pretty well? All right, in the rest of these groups. I mean, I'm sorry, in the rest of this whole in this sector. All right, so we're looking for the ones that guys that sold some of these stocks so they could buy some of these ones that are down lower. Like Lily's really kind of stuck. I mean, she's up there, but you got troubles up here. All right, so I'm not going to get into it. Outside of that, I think the utilities may have a shot just because of energy, and I am gonna go through these, but they're kind of a mixed bag of not much. All right, so kind of like not that great in any way, shape, or form here. I had mostly sellers on Friday. All right, but it's they're not killing anything. AEE was down $1.55. You see, all right, these are all down right now. All right, pull up XLU. Hold on a second here. All right, so XLU, what do we got there? All right, so XLU, real puker coming back down. Okay, starting to see a little bit of business trying to pop back up here. It's Sunday morning. All right, you're not going to get a read on anything right now. All right. So on that group, I got mostly to the downside. All right, I'll just shoot through some American Electric Power. You notice they're all coming down here. AES, AES is pretty good here. Got a 3 on the month now, so look out for that guy. You had a gap down on the weaker. You still got to get back up and fill that gap at $16. So it's kind of still a mixy baggy. All right, ATO Energy. This one's a little bit better. You're two up on there, and you're inside on the quarter. You got a decent month holding in here right now. All right, I'm saying is that if energy continues to move to the upside, I think these might start to follow. Okay, but Friday was no sign of anything telling us anything. CCJ coming back down again. This nuclear trade, is still so far out. But I think if you get Oklahoma down in like the low 40s, I think you have value there. I wouldn't be chasing it up at 57. Where's it trading right now? We're getting close. All right, we're down into the 40s right now. We hit 39.53. So, and then we look at Constellation Energy Group. All right, still coming back down. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at where these things were. Okay, 412. All right, now that was last year, but trying to get back up a little bit here. So still under a little under pressure here. All right, now this one had a better day. I'll tell you, keep an eye on that Oklahoma. We just might get a reversal, and we would be looking for that to probably happen in the case of a month because we have a new month coming, right? So we're 2-2 down on the month right now. All right. Again, I'm looking at them. All I can gauge is what's going on with with our magnitudes. And 23.95, I don't think we get there. I think we maybe make a new low coming into this month. You're still going to be difficult to get into this thing. So you're just going to have to be patient. If you like these things, you just sit tight with these things. All right. All right. UEC, that's the same one now. This one kind of fell apart. It was at $20. All right. It's down to 9.28. All right. These have been coming down. You got some buyers on Friday, as I can see. All right, there were some buyers in there on Friday, but we'll see about that. All right, and then there's SMR, which kind of the nice better day here on summer. So 2-2 on the day there, still heavy down on the months. So, and when we see these down by the months, what do we say? We say sit tight. All right, they're coming to us. There's no reason to go running after anything on these business right now. We'll start to see, and I wouldn't even try to do anything until you get a reverse on a weekly. And in 2 weeks, we're going to get a new month. So we'll keep an eye on them. All right. So I think maybe the utilities can get better if the energies start to pick up again, and that's where it's at. All right. After that, we fall off. We got real estate still holding up strong on the month, up over 2.5%. You got the consumer defensive stocks just a tad lower. All right. So consumer defensive really right now 0.7. All right, 0.7 on our staples. Okay, consumer defensive stocks, staples. We'd have a ton of them inside. All right, so really no hurry to be on this group right now either. But I still think they're going to go higher over time. All right, so I'm just let them come in, let them come in, let them come in, let them come in. All right, and then we'll find the spots where we can start to look at it. All right, we'll see if that healthcare can finish strong at the next 2 weeks. There's a good chance that maybe, considering that they have so many 2-ups on the month, that they're pretty strong. Okay, so watch those names that I gave you there, the ones that have been kind of underperforming, and then we saw a bunch of names came in on Friday and kind of dumped stock. Where are they going with that money? All right. Whenever I see a big move on stocks and they move down, where's that money going? All right. Where's it going? All right. It ain't going into the 10-year and getting 4.5%. No. Okay. All right. So hey, like I said earlier, Enjoy your day. Watch some soccer. Watch some golf. Um, and whatever it is that you do, and you do what you do. All right. So everybody, please have a good Sunday and be good.